Hey Liam, it's so nice to see you again.
It's great to see you too, Emma. How have you been?
Pretty good. Actually, something happened yesterday that I couldn't stop thinking about.
Oh? Now you've got me curious. What happened?
I was watching an American YouTuber, and at first I understood almost everything. Then suddenly, it felt like they switched to another language. Please tell me I'm not the only one this happens to.
If it makes you feel any better, that's one of the most common experiences English learners have. And here's the surprising part. The YouTuber probably didn't start talking any faster.
Wait, really? Because it definitely felt faster to me.
That's exactly what your brain wants you to believe. But today, I'm going to show you why that happens. And once you notice it, you'll never listen to English the same way again.
I really hope so, because every time that happens, I start thinking maybe my English just isn't good enough.
That's probably the biggest misunderstanding English learners have. But today, let's train your brain to listen a different way.
I have to admit, I'm already curious. So tell me, why do I suddenly feel completely lost in the middle of a conversation?
Let me ask you something first. Imagine you're watching someone ride a bicycle. Would it make more sense to watch the whole person, or stare at one wheel, then the handlebars, then one foot, and finally the other foot?
Definitely the whole person. Otherwise, I'd miss what was actually happening.
Exactly. Now think about the way many English learners listen. Instead of following the whole conversation, they chase one word, then another. They're looking at the wheels instead of watching the bicycle move.
Oh, I never thought about it like that. That's exactly what I do. Sometimes I finally understand one word, and by then I've already missed the next three.
That's why the conversation suddenly feels impossible. Imagine trying to enjoy a movie while pausing it every 5 seconds. You'd never really experience the story.
That's such a good comparison. So, what should I do instead?
Let's use a sentence many learners hear every day. Imagine someone says, "I'm going to grab a coffee." What's the first thing your brain normally does?
Honestly, it starts translating.
That's exactly what happens to millions of learners. Now let's try something different. Forget translation for just a moment. When you hear, "I'm going to grab a coffee," don't think about the words. Think about the situation.
I picture someone walking into a coffee shop, maybe ordering a drink before work.
Perfect. Did you stop to translate the word grab, for example?
No, actually I didn't. I just understood what the person was doing.
Exactly. Your brain already knows how to understand situations. Sometimes it simply gets distracted by translation.
That's such a strange feeling. It almost feels easier.
Because it is easier. Your brain naturally understands ideas much faster than individual pieces of vocabulary.
Can I ask something? If I'm not translating, what should I actually be thinking while I listen?
Replace one question. Most learners ask, "What does that word mean?" I want you to ask something different. What's happening?
That's such a simple change.
It is, but simple doesn't mean small. Imagine someone says, "She's heading home." Instead of asking, "What does heading mean?" your brain asks, "What's happening?" Immediately, you picture someone leaving work, walking toward their car, or opening the front door of their house.
That's exactly what happened in my mind. I didn't need every word. I understood the situation.
And that's how native speakers naturally listen. They don't build the picture word by word. The picture appears almost instantly.
I always imagined natives heard every sentence perfectly from beginning to end.
Think about conversations in your own language. Do you consciously analyze every single word someone says?
No, not at all. I just understand them.
Exactly. Sometimes people speak quickly, sometimes they mumble, sometimes there's background noise. But your brain still understands the message because it isn't collecting vocabulary, it's following the conversation.
Wow. So that's the habit I need to build in English. You know, something else just came to mind. Whenever I watch the same movie a second time, it always feels much easier to understand. Why is that?
That's one of my favorite examples. When you watch the movie again, has the English become slower?
No, it's exactly the same.
Exactly, Emma. Your brain isn't spending all its energy trying to figure out the story anymore. It already understands the situation. Now it has more attention available for the language.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. So the second time feels easier because my brain is following the story instead of chasing every sentence. I have a feeling that's going to change the way I watch videos from now on.
I'm glad to hear that.
You know what's funny? I'm realizing that listening becomes much harder when I try too hard.
That's actually very common. The harder you force your brain to understand every single word, the more tired it becomes.
Liam, can I tell you something I'm noticing right now?
Of course.
At the beginning of this lesson, I thought today's goal was understanding fast English. Now it feels like the real goal is just trusting my brain a little more, right?
I couldn't have said it better myself. Your brain already knows how to recognize situations. You've been doing it your entire life in your first language. Now you're teaching it to do the same thing in English.
So I'm not learning a completely new skill. I'm using a skill I already have, just in another language.
Exactly. That's why today's lesson isn't about becoming faster. It's about removing the one habit that keeps you slowing down.
If everyone watching could practice just one thing after this video, what would you recommend?
The next time you watch a YouTube video, a movie, or even a short clip on social media, don't ask yourself, did I understand every word? Instead, ask, did I understand what was happening?
That feels like a completely different goal.
Exactly. And it's a much more useful one.
Okay, can we try one last experiment together?
Absolutely. This time, don't translate. Don't pause. Just imagine the situation. Ready?
Ready.
I'm gonna head out in a minute because I'm meeting a friend downtown, but if traffic gets bad, I'll just grab a coffee, hang out for a while, and let them know I'll be running a little late.
That felt completely different from the way I usually listen. Instead of searching for words, I immediately pictured the whole situation.
Exactly. Did you notice something else?
Yes, the sentences didn't feel fast anymore.
That's today's biggest discovery. The English didn't change. Your brain did. Let's try one more before we finish. This time, don't chase the words. Just follow the story. Ready?
Wow, yes, ready.
I was about to head home when a friend texted me, so we ended up grabbing dinner, catching up for a while, and calling it a night.
I think I'm improving. It's becoming much easier for me.
That's how real listening works. You don't need every single word to understand the story. Your brain fills in the missing pieces naturally, just like it does in your own language.
You know what's funny? Yesterday, I would have said, native speakers talk too fast. Today, I'm not so sure anymore.
And that's a huge step forward. Most of the time, the conversation isn't moving too fast. Your brain is simply trying to do too many jobs at once. That's exhausting.
But today, we removed one of those jobs. Translation.
Exactly. Not forever. Translation still has its place when you're studying. But while you're listening, your first goal should always be understanding the message. The details will become clearer with practice.
You know, Liam, it's amazing how much my perspective changed today. I used to think I needed to study thousands of complex words to finally feel confident. But now I see that the secret is just understanding the rhythm of real-world situations.
Exactly, Emma. And once your brain learns how to stop translating and start experiencing the language, you are ready for the next level. In fact, there's a specific place where this relaxed, effortless way of communicating happens every single day.
Oh, now you've got me curious. What place are you talking about?
Imagine a city where the conversations are as warm as the sunshine, where native speakers mix business with a completely relaxed tropical lifestyle, and where the everyday language is filled with unique, casual shortcuts you will never find in a traditional textbook.
Wait, are you talking about a travel video?
Exactly. If you want to see how this new listening habit works in real life, you need to see how people actually communicate in one of the most vibrant coastal cities in America. Think about it. When someone there says something as simple as, "What a beautiful morning," or mentions things like coolers and boogie boards, they aren't just using words, they are sharing a lifestyle.
Wow. So if I understand the lifestyle and the atmosphere first, the English vocabulary just blocks together naturally in my mind without any pressure?
Spot on. The language makes perfect sense the exact moment you understand the people behind it. If you try to learn those same expressions from an old grammar book, they feel empty. But when you see them used on a sunny afternoon near the ocean, they stick in your memory forever.
Don't miss our next video right here on the screen. Learn English like a Miami local. You'll discover the exact expressions, the natural shortcuts, and the cultural secrets that will make you sound relaxed and confident from the very first day.
Click right now to continue this journey with us. Leave the heavy translation behind and find out what a real summer day feels like. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Keep exploring, keep listening,
Keep enjoying every little moment.
and we'll see you in Miami.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.